Yes, sir.
Good. Good. Things will get better, Crispin. I know it's hard to believe now, but they will. Well, yes.
With him.
Coke boilers make carbon monoxide fumes. Look, if you really want to be useful, go and tell Mr. Howard.
Oh, isn't it Crispin, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Fine. Except I have so many things to do that I end up doing none of them. There you are. How's that?
Gin at 11 in the morning? Mrs. Powlett-Jones, what sort of a man do you take me for?
Well, somehow not a coffee and fairy cakes man. Anyway, I've had so many coffee parties and tea parties that I thought it was time for a change.
I see you're not joining me.
Unfortunately, no. My interesting condition, you know.
You heard about what happened last night?
Yes, I did. You don't think he tried...
He was unconscious when they dragged him out of the coke hole. If he hadn't been found when he was, he might be dead now. Oh, everybody thought, and I encouraged them to think that he'd gone down there to get away from people and hadn't been aware of the danger. Solemn warnings all round, everything settled.
But you don't really think so?
I'm not suggesting it was a suicide plan, not exactly, but it's possible that he went down there feeling no particular need to stay alive. Would you go and speak to him?
I don't know what I could do.
Well, maybe nothing, but at least you start with an advantage over me. He doesn't see you as a crusty old martinet with a hacking cough and a reputation for short temper and sarcasm.
Look, I don't know anything about schoolboys, but isn't it just possible that he's a bit more sensitive than most? It might take him longer to shake it off, the feeling that people think he's a thief.
I'm afraid it goes deeper than that. I think the stealing is a symptom, not the cause. Oh, God knows why his life's so desperately unhappy.
There hasn't been any family tragedy?
Parents separated. Neither of them seems to have much time for him, but then you could say that about quite a few of the boys here who seem to bear up well enough. It might be that he simply hasn't anything he feels he can look forward to.
And he's surrounded by well-meaning people who keep telling him how lucky he is. He's young, he's healthy, he's got everything to look forward to. That just makes things worse. Yes, I will go and see him, of course. Though God knows what I'll say to him.
Thanks.
You see, I think I know how he feels. I don't know the way out of it.
Oh, dear, I must be off. Sorry.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for the gin. Now I fear I must go and breathe it over the lower fifth remove.
Good morning, Mrs. Powlett-Jones. What can we do for you?
I've come to see Crispin, if it's all right. How is he?
Oh, Crispin's very well, aren't you, Crispin? He's a scrimp anchor. But we'll keep him here for one more night just to be on the safe side. Say good morning to Mrs. Powlett-Jones, Crispin.
Good morning, Mrs. Powlett-Jones.
Hello, Crispin.
I'll be in my office if you want a word later.
Thank you, matron. right if I sit here? I brought you some books. Tark of the Otter. All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Harth told me about your accident. You had a lucky escape. Anyway, you're all right now.
Yes.
I expect you're wondering whether Mr. Harth told me about that business with the shop, aren't you? Well, he did. That's one reason why I came. I used to steal things from shops when I was a bit younger than you.
Did you?
Had quite a phase of it. Luckily for me, the shopkeeper didn't tell the school, or I think I'd have been expelled so as not to contaminate the other young ladies. I'm trusting you to keep that a secret, mind. You're the only person here who knows it, all right?
Yes.
I often wondered why I did it. My parents were pretty well off. I didn't need the things. It was as if everything I had came from my parents or from the school. I thought if I got something myself, it'd be really mine. My pen, my handkerchief, do you know? I didn't use the things or anything. Just used to hide them. Stupid, wasn't it?
Why did you steal?
Oh, the shopkeeper caught me. I got frightened. When I got over that, there didn't seem to be any point in it. Have you stopped, do you think?
Yes.
Why?
Because there isn't any point in it.
Did you hide the things, too?
No. Gave them away to people.
To make them like you? And they didn't like you?
No, they took the things but didn't change anything. They just laughed at me. It's what they always do. No use at anything.
You mean you're no use at rugby or cricket or singing, don't you? They're not the only things in the world, despite what you hear at Bamfield. Do you know, I wouldn't be much use here either. Listen. Can you think of anything at all, that you can do better than the next chap? Nothing at all? No hobbies? There must be something.
I could play the handbells.
Handbells?
You know those little...
Yes, I know what they are. Have you got a set?
Yes, in the box one.
You never had them out?
No, people laugh at me, enough as it is.
There's nothing funny about handbells.
You might not think so.
I think they'd be just the thing for the Christmas concert. You could play carols and amaze everyone with your brilliance. No?
No, you can't play handbells on your own. Got to have a team and practice and everything. Wouldn't be any good. Thank you for trying, Mrs. Pilot Jones. Yes, sir.
Good. Good. Things will get better, Crispin. I know it's hard to believe now, but they will. Well, yes.